Hands down, this is the most fun I've had in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's go and check out the FlyInside's Bell 47 helicopter. This thing is a beast. Hey guys, Clumsy here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you guys might know I've been really into helicopters the past few weeks. I've gotten exposed to them and really enjoying the experience. Recently, FlyInside, the developers, the third-party developers have made a helicopter, the Bell 47. It's a very bare helicopter and that's what makes it amazing. I think this is probably the first civilian helicopter that was released, if I got my facts straight. But yeah, as you can see, no automation in here at all. Single piston engine, 2 blades on the main rotor. So we should get that nice chopping sound, that whoosh, 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 that is very iconic in helicopters. I think this is also the same helicopter that was used in the MASH series. I was not old enough to be in there, to be in that generation yet, but I have seen that already. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes though. Anyway, yes, I wanted to showcase this in this video because it just is such an amazing aircraft. And yes, I can't remember any time which I've had more fun. Even though I'm still having trouble controlling it, it's loads of fun, and I think I'll be flying this for the foreseeable future. Turn on the beacon right here, so you can see inside, as bare as it gets, minimal instrumentation, and yeah, perfect visibility on the outside, and that's perfect because we'll be spending most of our time there, right? Mixture, set that to full. I don't think any of the other features are implemented. Fuel priming is here, but I'm not sure if that's working at all. Magnetos have been set to both. That should be the case. And they just then start the engine. Take a look at the sounds. Well, hear the sounds. Through the rotor. Isn't that cool? You know what's even cooler? I think I'll have to lower the volume a bit though. There, that might be the sweet spot. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But yes, the shutdown is so amazing as well. The shutdown sequence. Let's turn on the alternator here, make sure our battery is charging up. Turn on our lights. Landing lights, strobe lights, and we are good to go. So you can see the overlay on the lower left of the screen. Hopefully that is reflecting properly. So the cyclic, the collective, and the anti-torque pedals. Yeah. So what they teach you, in this helicopter, it has an external application. So this comes with the package when you install it, and in here is where you set the flight model. You can make it easy, medium, or realistic, so that the different torque levels, the stability options are set up for you. I highly recommend you start with realistic. That's probably counterintuitive. That goes against the common advice, but I recommend jumping straight into realistic because that's the most fun. And even if you fail, what the heck, it's a simulator, right? You already have the safety of the simulator. Might as well go all in. So if they say to make the helicopter climb, all you have to do is increase the collective, right? There's even an option to have a separate throttle, but we're not going to go with that because I don't have enough access on my my peripherals so we can set the RPM manually. Right now we have the engine governor, which is active here to take care of the RPM for us. So all we have to do is raise the collective. If we don't do anything else, look at what happens, right? As I raise the collective, manifold pressure here increases, and once we get into the 21 manifold pressure, 21 inches, then the helicopter starts to climb. But if I don't apply any other any other control, that's what happens. It automatically spins to the right. So they say, in addition to that, you have to counteract. And you won't get these effects if you're not starting realistic. So raise the collective, but apply this time a little bit of left pedal so that when you climb, there you go, you don't spin around so much, right? And from there, they say you adjust using the cyclic. But normally, if you're starting to fly this for the first time, chances are you'll work on the cyclic like this, right? That's most probably what most of us is doing, especially if you're not familiar with helicopters like I am. It's going to be a very, very shaky ride. Yes. So I've been trying this out for a few hours now, but the basic concept is as minimal movements as possible. Like if you look at the overlay, you should hardly see the dot move. Instead of like that, it should be like this at most. So you hardly even see the cyclic moving, and that's still easier said than done. But I'm enjoying it immensely. So we'll try and figure it out together. But yes, until now I'm not able to hover. That requires more skill, which I don't have yet. But we'll try our best. So something, small adjustments like so. And you really have to look outside. This is all visual. I hardly am looking at my instruments anymore. Right? So that's very minimal controls applied, like staying one step ahead of the helicopter at all times. But this is just such an amazing experience. If you do it right, you get to control your helicopter and point it wherever you want it to go. Let's line up on the runway here. Raising the collective. Let's go and take off. Nose down. Make sure that the manifold pressure is within that range, not going beyond 25, otherwise you'll have an engine failure. See the airspeed rising, 50 knots. Is that knots or kilometers per hour or miles per hour? I'm actually not sure of the unit of measure. But yeah, once we climb it out, then we get a bit more freedom in here. Although here is where I got surprised. As I was flying the Airbus H135 a few weeks ago, it was a very different experience compared to this one. Not at all similar, because in the Airbus, once you get to have some airspeed like this, you can let go of your pedal. But here, if I let go of my pedal, I start spinning again. So it looks like I have to keep my left foot in there the entire flight, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, it's very challenging. But the biggest change, the biggest difficulty I found is, as you might see, I'm kind of swinging around left, right, forward, and back. And it's not very comfy for the passengers, I can imagine. And what I found, if you guys are having the same problem, and I looked in YouTube for some videos, real life helicopter videos, this kind of thing, this is a common problem for most of the newbie helicopter pilots, those who are starting to learn. Because of two abrupt changes in the cyclic. When you're moving left, you apply a right cyclic, and you go too much, so you go left again, and it results in a pendulum swinging effect. So the key I found is to, how do I describe it? Is to look for the sweet spot. Look for the sweet spot of the cyclic. It's not about applying a right and then moving to the center, applying forward and moving back to the center. It's really finding that spot and staying there. So if I were to try and stabilize this, I'll have to find somewhere not in the middle. If you guys look at the overlay, I'm not in the middle anymore. Based on the wind direction, based on where we're going and all that stuff, I basically find that spot and stay there. There is no trim in this helicopter, I believe. So yes, everything is up to you. Everything is manual. The only help we're getting, and that's a huge help already, is the engine governor. So don't have to worry about the RPM. Because you can see the RPM has to stay in that green range. And I haven't even touched that yet because I'm still trying to control this helicopter. But yeah, this has become so involved because even flying straight in level is such an adventure. Like if I settle down, leave the stick in the middle, look at what the helicopter is doing, right? Oh, that's deadly. No. And you have to correct, and then there I overcorrected. So you have to continue finding that sweet spot, and once you find it, stay there. One sec, give me a chance to find it. And all this time, all throughout, you get that nice whoosh, 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 whoosh sounds on the helicopter. That kind of sound actually plays in my head already, even when the sim is turned off. It's embedded in my brain now. Okay, so I lowered the collective a bit, so I'll have to adjust my pedals. But yeah, it's just super fun. And it's such an adventure, even flying for short distances. Granted, it's a very slow helicopter, like 70. I would assume that's not. So let's have a look what that is actually. It's miles per hour. Okay, it's miles per hour. All right, 70 miles. So that's even less in knots. So not the fastest, but still faster than a car. And you don't have to contend with roads. So still faster overall. Pretty nice. Yeah, you can see definitely I still have a lot of work ahead of me to make this stable. But it's super fun already regardless. Let's lower the collective here and descend a bit. Where this becomes really fun is when you're around 500 feet above ground and just tracking, tracing everything. I'm pretty fond of like looking for highways and trying to stalk the vehicles that are on the ground. Like you can see something in front of us already there. Let's see how that works. Okay, so we're doing our descent here. I'm just finding that sweet spot on the cyclic so we're not shaking around so much, although I am failing at that, to be honest. But hopefully it's not so pendulumy. The swinging hopefully is not too wild. We'll see. There you go. Okay. So let's go and look for a vehicle to track. I see a car there down below, right in the middle of the screen. So this is how it goes, right? When you have those car chases. I remember in the US that's pretty famous, car chases along the interstate, and you have a helicopter buzzing above. So this is how it feels, huh? Because you have complete visibility on those vehicles below. And with this kind of canopy, you have perfect visibility. Yeah, there's the car below. There's the truck. The truck is easier to track. That huge rectangular block that's moving. It's actually pretty nice. Yeah, even adventures like this is super fun. So yeah, I'm pretty fond of it. We are somewhere in northern Scotland, by the way, near the edge of Scotland. Pretty nice views. This is part of the Sky Park Tour, UK Tour Part 2. Going to continue this sometime in a Sky Park episode, flying this helicopter. We should have some nice views ahead of us, the valleys and whatnot, but yeah, this is cool. Just wanted to give you a quick peek of this helicopter though, so we'll try and land on that. I hope that's a flat enough area for us. Although that being said, I think this is more flat. Let's see if we can turn over here. Yeah, finding the sweet spot, staying there. There you go. Alright. Let's try and slow down here. Keep visual outside. Like so. Raise the collective to slow the descent. And we are off again. Oh my goodness, that is so tricky. Wow. Okay, let's try to do this slower. A bit slower this time. Alright. Try to lower it down here bit by bit. Come on. So not an expert by far, but loving every minute of it. So hope you guys enjoy these kinds of vids. We'll have more in the future, and I hope you guys will give it a try yourself. This is a payware aircraft. I think it's 37 USD. I have a link in the mods list if you guys want to try it out. I bought it myself and I have not been regretting it one bit. Super enjoyable stuff. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you as well is the shutdown sequence is amazing. So I'll shut down the helicopter here, basically just pulling the mixture. You can hear the sounds changing. But what's more amazing is how slow and how synchronized the sounds are in the rotor animation. I always look at this as I shut down the helicopter. This is one of the fun moments. Look how slow that is, it's still going. And the sounds are amazing. If I move the cyclic, this actually reflects there, you can see. The rotor pitch is changing. If I raise the collective, nothing happens though. I'm not sure if that's by design. But yeah, it's just super detailed. And if you look outside, you actually see that, I'm not sure how you call it, this shaft here, linking all the way to spin the tail rotor right there. But yeah, it's just so well modeled. Very nice. So yeah, you can expect me to be flying this for a couple more episodes and streams because I really want to fly this. I really want to learn this. So this is how it feels to fly a helicopter, as raw as possible. No automation, no technological assistance, just as raw as it gets. And there we go. Finally, it stopped. Cool. So hope you guys enjoyed that quick video. I look forward to hearing your experiences. If you try out this helicopter as well, let me know what you think, and I'll be looking forward to your comments. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Clumsy flying, and wish us luck. We'll need it with this kind of thing. Have a good one. Clumsy flying. Bye-bye.